instead of going through most of the Act 5 Ubers, I will be doing something different. Well, I'll be showing off the brand new and improved Unformed lands. So anyway, we've already seen this in effect. Do I have? Yeah, I have Beyblade. Okay, so this has been changed obviously because one thing you'll notice if you've ever done the Unformed lands in anything other than 2017 is that this floor only contains the illusion monsters. Each floor only contains one elemental type, and I already have a Microsoft Word file saved on my desktop to let me know which floor generates which elementals. Now the first floor, as you can tell, some has nothing but illusions. Now, the reason I'm using Storm Blast instead of Magic or Blade Storm is because I'm doing pretty much no damage to these guys. And the reason for that is, you see how the illusion's health is going up? That's because I actually didn't realize this until playing it a bit off screen, is that each element type has a lot of absorb for their own element. So much so, in fact, that like they actually heal. They actually, instead of hurting them, you actually heal them when you hit them with their element type. So you can't be using lightning spells to kill the storm monsters. And I think this new and improved way of doing Unformed lands is actually really good. Because if you want to farm, let's say, poison stones, which I will be doing, you can go straight to the third floor and not worry about the rest of this crap. And as you can see, I just got hit. And this character is surprisingly good at farming the Unformed lands, but that's because their attacks are extremely devastating. But my Blade Spirits are tanky enough to take anything they got and hit them, and do an acceptable amount of damage while you tank them and destroy them. And here I probably found Witch Hunter's Faith. I love that I'm finding all sorts of Witch Hunter's items, but I can't find the one that I actually want, obviously being Witch Hunter's Hood. And I keep forgetting to turn on no pickup. Be sure you put up a town portal at every single level. So yeah, I'm just gonna show this off once. You don't have to explore everything, unless you're looking for a particular elemental stone. I mean, here, if you want to find a Cabraxis stone, you have to find one of each stone and combine each of them with what used to be an unknown skull, but now it is a primal runestone, or prime runestone. But anyway, apparently all of them can drop the primal runestones. And here we have the Venom floor. And Venoms are actually used for making the Kalim's Protector rune word in shields, which is a really nice shield. So, if I can just... Okay, I did not mean to actually summon the Ice Elemental there. Having huge amounts of defense is nice for this area, but it's not required for this particular area. So, eventually, if you farm an entire floor, you should find at least one primal runestone or certain stone type that you're looking for. Now, I don't think I'll farm the entire area, at least not on screen, because, like, basically you get the gist of what I'm doing here. Of course, it's not an abandoned shrine, the one I'm looking for. So basically, and the sacred plated belt. Well, I already found one of those. I'm not going to show off the whole thing. I'll just fight my way to the final floor, show off the boss, or one of the bosses. I sure as hell am not going to fight Zorun here. Not with this crummy gear. Although, the chance of me doing Zorun's Inn is improved, since heroic shields are no longer a thing. So anyway, the 4th floor contains cold. Also, I should have pointed out by now that the enemies here pierce resistances. Now, I would say it's a good idea to stack resistances, but each enemy, or each element pierces up to 1,000 of the respective element. And while you could stack 1,000 resistances for one element, by doing that, your damage will really suffer. So I don't recommend doing that. So, oh god. Eventually they will come to melee range. So in this regard, defense would be helpful. But overall, if you can kill them before they get to melee range of you, do so. And I think this is actually I think they really made it a lot easier and more tolerable. Because, the way it was handled before, when it was in the sewers, you'd have to deal with, like, all sorts of element types or elemental balls coming at you from every which direction, and it was usually fairly hard to dodge. It wasn't the hardest thing to do, but it was still a bit of a challenge at times. But here, since you have the hallways, it's a lot easier to dodge incoming attacks and hide behind stuff if need be. And the 5th floor, I think this is the 5th floor. Since I don't think there's any such thing as physical pierce, are the stone monsters. And I don't know if they absorb physical damage, but like, these aren't even hurting me. I can just go, like, if you have plenty of life on striking, then you should be okay. But be sure to have plenty of life on striking. These grant, obviously, the stone jet runes. And I should keep in mind that you can, as far as I am aware, now I could be wrong about this, but Life Leech does not affect these guys at all. I could be mistaken on that, but I know for a fact that if you were a druid, Pagan Rites did not work on these in XVI. They may have changed that in 2017, but I know the way it was in XVI, I don't think Life Leech worked on these guys before. And if I had to make a guess, I assume you still can't use Life Leech. You have to depend on life after kill and or life on striking. So you do need a good source of that. Luckily, I do, thanks to Baneblade. Now, I could obviously use Stormblast here, but I'm not doing that because Bladestorm is still better at taking out groups of targets from really far away. Now here, obviously I'm suffering a bit because I'm being reckless. Wait, what was that? Turquoise. And I don't think putting it on players 8 would actually improve the chance of finding the elemental stones that you're looking for, which is the whole reason you would farm the Unformed lands in the first place. In any version, whether it be XVI or XVC or 2017, etc. I know it would summon more monsters, but I don't know if players 8 would actually make it more likely to drop the things you're looking for. So anyway, I'm not even really approaching where I need to go. I'm just killing these guys because I do also plan to farm this floor because I'm not sure actually. Either this floor or the one with the cold with the snow enemies, because both of them grant good rune words for a melee sorceress. The problem here is that you need to have a 6-socketed weapon, and you have to invest 6 of each of one respective rune to make the rune words I have in mind. So it's not exactly the cheapest thing that I have to work with, but I have not been able to find a single sacred warp blade other than the one I already found. But I don't expect everybody to farm Unformed lands until this point. And of course, the last floor has the fireballs. Oh god! I didn't even pay attention to how low my health got just there. Well, I did, but not until it was a little bit too late. Luckily, I did survive that. Now, I'm still using all of my stuff that I had from the beginning. That proves right there that this is certainly doable with this character anyway, but that's only because I have the Blade Spirits. They are excellent tanks, and the attacks don't pierce or penetrate or anything like that. If they did, I would be in deep shit, because this is not really something you want to farm without either good meat shields or good kill speed or something like that. Or any of the, preferably all the above, but the point remains. Oh boy. And, god damn it. Luckily, I threw up my portal, so I wouldn't have to walk all that way back in case I did die. Unfortunately here, Cabraxis stones require level 121, and because I died that one time, I don't think, like, dying here actually has a, dying now if you try to get to level 121 has a major consequence. So I'm going, okay, I would rather the game not do that shit. Actually has a major consequence, because it takes a long time to get back to where you were if you die. And of course, Witch Hunter's Faith, but no Witch Hunter's Hood. Again, I will never stop bitching about that. So let's resummon our... So I'm going to resummon everything, go back in. If I was seriously farming this, this could be a 52, like a 50+ minute episode, but I'm not going to do that. I'm just killing stuff on the way to the final floor. And I could do either a bonus video of just farming unformed lands, or I could just do that off screen. I don't really care which. If I do the former, I'll obviously put music over it, because I cannot keep good, intelligent commentary for 50 minutes when I'm just killing the little balls of energy. I mean, who could have commentary over this? Yeah. Okay, come on, please die. Okay, I need to kill these pricks. And here's something that was changed from XVI. In the old versions of Median, the entrance to the final area, the hidden fortress, used to be guarded by witches. And when I say guarded by witches, I mean heavily fortified. There used to be like 30 of them, like no joke. There used to be like 30 witches in that one corner. Now, even if witches weren't instant kill, I still wouldn't want to be around that many enemies at once. All of them attacking you simultaneously. Like, there's no way I would want to be near that many. And I'm gonna keep Zorin's ring. I'll just put it in the inventory. So, this is the part I'm gonna actually do, or at least attempt to. And be sure to throw up a portal. Now, you see the little rats? Some of you might already know this, especially if you played previous versions of Median. These rats following me, they actually do damage you. You cannot target them or kill them, but they can target and kill you. So be sure you avoid them at all costs. What I recommend you do, and there's the boss there, is he looks like the standard pork chop motherfuckers, which I hate. The Goliaths obviously are immune to physical, and they cast Banish. So what you want to do there is just go throughout the level, kill them all, and be sure to avoid the rat finks. This is easier done if you have summons like I do. And these things, the rats, they do a lot of damage. Like, I always talk about how great the blade spirits are for tanks, but they chop the blade spirits down quickly with their bites. Like, they are insanely powerful. So, you just gotta... What I do is I farm them. Actually, I think what everybody does is... We'll kill all the Goliaths, first of all. Then... lure most, if not all, of the rats up to one particular area. Just like the Pied Piper. And then... Okay, cool. Then, once you're sure you've gotten most, if not all of them, also having a lot of damage reduction would help, too. So, once you are certain you've gotten most of them, I've been targeted by rats. Oh, the rats also slow you down. I actually didn't know that. Okay, he's dead. So I am going to lure everything up here and run like crazy. I don't even think I came close. Okay, well, there's another Goliath that I have to kill. And where was Terrul? Okay, there he is, and there's a bunch of rats. And Terrul throws that weird hammer thing, but he also casts Iron Spiral. Both of these... Okay. Okay, Fusillade is all physical damage, so I gotta kill that with Storm Blast or something that isn't physical, basically. So I'm gonna lure rats up here. Like I said, run away from them when you do. And then... Moon symbol for full health. I'm not gonna have my Blade Spirits, because Terrul... The Terrul fight is actually worse if you do have summons. I will keep... God damn it. Let's try this again. I think... Yeah, I use it right here. I'll keep, like, I'll keep at least... Or try to at least keep one... Oh, what the fuck? Why can't I do this now? I did it fine off screen. So anyway, try to keep... Wait, do I have... Yeah, I do. Okay. Yeah, that Iron Spiral is... Apparently hits me like 50,000 times, but, yeah, that just slays off all, just slays your minions like it was nothing. And I assume that hammer attack does a lot of damage, too. I don't know if I've been hit by it. I don't think it's one-hit kill, but I'd still rather not test that. So, again, more rats to be lured. Okay. And I'm just going to keep, like, maybe one or two ice elementals, because they'll just die. And even the Blade Spirits will just die immediately, and they won't... Oh, fucking rats. Thought I lured them all. Apparently not. Okay. Luckily, their detection range isn't very good, so it's not hard to lure them away. Let's try this again. And... Has Terrul healed himself yet? Yeah, he did. So, the idea here is, as you can see, he's clearly immune to poison and immune to physical. So you can't just poison him to death, and you can't just, bash him either. So, you gotta have some form of other element damaged. So having a bunch of summons here, because of that, actually hurts your chances of doing the quest. Actually, no, screw that. Screw the ancient armor. That's way too high a requirement. Because Iron Spiral will just keep on doing more and more damage, I think, with more things it hits. So it's best left as a one-on-one fight if you can. Now he has a... Once you kill him, he has a 1 in 4 chance of dropping the Trader's Chest. I think in XVI it was guaranteed. And I think I might still have one in my stash. Do I? Yeah, I do. And I'll just show off what this does. Skull resets it, and put in a gem, and yeah, it'll randomly do that. And then, if you do it... I'm not going to show off what each gem does, but yeah. basically, you just... Oh. What do I want then? Oh, emerald doesn't do anything. But yeah, basically that's the general point of it. You just cube it a whole bunch of times, give it different stats, and then once you hit your limit, it'll give you a chipped skull so you can reset. I forget what you have to actually cube it with for plus... For more strength. I would assume topaz? No, wait. Maybe a diamond? I don't know, but... Yeah, it'll say, reach limit, please reset the chest. So... And there you go. That's what you do with that. So I guess with this build, I would want to have at least maybe positive levels of dexterity and positive levels of vitality and strength, maybe. Energy I don't give a shit about, so... I don't know, but once you beat Zorun Zin, and I'll show... Well, I'll show off how hard Zorun Zin is. Because he used to... I mean, he's still impossibly difficult. And I'm not going to beat him. Because, okay, here's summoning Zorun Zin. If I can get these rats off my tail, that would be nice. So anyway, here's Zorun Zin. You summon him, and he spawns with a trap. Casts a spell that will pretty much instantly kill you. And the traps give him immunity, and you can only erase the traps with Purify. I guess that's Devastation. And he'll summon citizens, the little untargetable ghosts from the Kingdom of Shadow. Yeah, right there. Now, they move really fast, and they do a lot of poison damage. I'm surprised I'm even still alive. Oh, and apparently he casts Bloodstorm, too. I actually didn't know that. But, that's the Zorun Zin fight. Oh god, he summons those fast. Also, it seems to me like his, the poison pierce of those... of the citizens aren't exactly a lot. I thought they would, like, instant kill me already. But, as I said, I am not going to be able to kill Zorun Zin with this build. At least not yet. Maybe in the future. And you have to remember where he is. Again, I'm surprised I did as much damage to him as I've already done. Yeah, that did I did so much damage, I can't even believe it. But yeah, you do need Purify for that, so I knew there was no way I could do that one. I just wanted to kind of show it off. So this was kind of a pointless segment. All I showed was the Unformed lands, but I do think it did warrant its own video. I did kill Terrell, as you saw. And I'll show off how to make the rune stones once you get them in a separate video. I won't be doing that in the next segment, but I'll eventually show that off once I hit level 121, if I ever do. So I'll see you next time.